in the wake of Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine. Moldova, a country with only a population, I understand, of 2.5 million people, opened its doors to hundreds of thousands of its neighboring Ukrainian refugees. And at the height of the crisis, it is really important to note that Moldova hosted one of the highest refugee populations per capita in all of Europe. Uganda also has one of the strongest refugee policies that we have seen across the world. Allowing actually refugees to work, to own land, and to move freely within the country. This approach has led to the self-reliance of those refugees who have started businesses that have not only created jobs for their fellow refugees, but for local Ugandans as well, and have contributed to boosting the local economies. This approach of both Moldova and Uganda has empowered these refugees to contribute back to their host communities, reducing their dependence on humanitarian aid and fostering their economic self-reliance.
First and foremost, I think this belongs to the Moldovan people. They share their homes, food, and resources with complete strangers, not out of obligation, but out of the instinctive sense of solidarity, humanity, and doing what is right. This award is a testimony to their unwavering compassion and generosity. Moldova can be a small country, but our experience showed that leadership is not measured by size or wealth. It is measured by values, action, and the impact on the people that in needs.
The natural thing was to say to them, you're not beggars. You can work with your hands. Here's some land where you can stay, you can grow your food, and what you grow, we can all share. So that kept the communities busy. It kept them not demoralized. It gave them their humanity because they could do something as we were all doing something for each other.
Migrants and refugees have one characteristic that makes them unique from all other populations, which is they are risk takers. And risk takers is an excellent skill for people who want to be entrepreneurs, for people who want to move to another city within the country and look for a job. But for that to happen, people need to understand that they can appropriate the returns of their own investments.
Of course, the extremely important element is the legal status. And once again, I'd like to thank our neighbor, Moldova, for hosting so many Ukrainians and adopting among the first countries in Europe the special legislative act, which ensured that Ukrainians will not only be there safely protected, but they will be entitled and eligible for employment, giving them a greater sense of security.
Uganda has been described as one of the best places for refugees because of its policy that gives refugees access to land and livelihood opportunities. Pope Francis lauded the self-reliance model for allowing refugees to, quote, rebuild their lives in security and to sense the dignity which comes from earning one's livelihood through honest labor, end quote. This approach is based on shared responsibility and shared opportunity that has led to a refugee community which contributes positively to the national economy.